Alright, what's up everyone? It's been a while since I've made any real update video. I know I've done a couple short clips on, I think I only posted on TikTok. I don't think I put them on the YouTube at all. But the truck is fully assembled. She is running, she is driving. Essentially I went from engine on a stand to in the truck and putting front end and drivetrain together within a day and a half. Basically just locked myself in the garage over a weekend, and probably a couple hours in I realized, so we had a buddy, or one of the guys on base was retiring in like a month and a half, so that became my deadline that I set for myself, because this truck I've had since I was 16. Everyone I work with on base has seen this truck through a lot of shit, obviously, since I've had it so long and I've been in the Air Guard since I was 18. These guys have seen me do a bunch of stupid shit with this truck. They've seen it red, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, it's black now. It's been black for a while. So yeah, I wanted to get it up and running and driving to where he could see it before he retired, because he lives another state away, so he's not going to, be around a lot, if ever, to see it again. And he seemed hyped for the 454 build, so went ahead and made it happen. It was a little sketchy. I did have it running with the old 350 radiator. So it was a little sketchy. It was a little like, I need to know where I'm going and how long the drive is, because that radiator could not keep up with this thing. But as you can see, we now have big old Be Cool radiator, 2 actual fans, not Amazon fans. This radiator helped a lot. It runs, depending on how I have the tuning set at the time, like 190 to 210. Which that's what I'm still kind of working on, is tuning the carb and the timing. I got it to where it seems to run pretty okay. It doesn't start up off of like one crank of a key, like I've seen a lot of people get their carburetors and big blocks or whatever to do. I still got to sit there, let it crank for a little bit, and tap the throttle, and then it'll fire up, no problem. Timing, I've still been messing with a little bit. Carburetor, I don't know. I honestly don't have a lot of experience with tuning carburetors, especially on actual truck motors, and especially with mild cams and a big old 850 CFM carburetor. So still working on that. Got some guys at work that have more experience, just haven't coordinated with them to set up a time to actually dial it in. Does have good vacuum. Last I was messing with it, I got about 40 inches of vacuum, so we're good there. We've had some coolant leaks, like these screws, after a few heat cycles, they backed up a little bit, but we tightened those back up, so you can see all the staining on the intake. It's whatever. Some minor oil leaks, some stuff, just a bunch of little stuff. There's a tapping noise that I hear that comes and goes. I don't know if it's spark knock or if I got a lifter failing or a rocker failing. I tried messing with the rockers last Saturday. Thought it helped, and the tapping came back after about the same time interval, so no idea. Haven't tracked that down yet. It seems to run and drive fine, so I'm not super concerned about the tapping. It hasn't gotten worse, it hasn't gotten better. We're still working out all the little kinks. I mean, you can see I didn't have time to do nice wiring. This is the wiring kit that came with the radiator fans. Just kind of got everything up out of the way. It does have nice full exhaust, true duals. The exhaust shop just down the street from my house hooked me up pretty good. That's a torsion bar. Bad camera angle. Bad cameraman. Yeah. True duals. I supplied the mufflers and everything. This whole system from the shop, minus the mufflers that I bought, came to $700. So not bad at all, I don't think. I mean, again, you can see just stuff that was thrown together. I got wire harnesses that need routed better. I need to route my clutch hoses better. Just little shit. You can see we're leaking, I think, oil a little bit. I haven't tracked that down. It's not even making a puddle on the floor. Granted, I only pulled this in a couple hours ago, but just a bunch of little stuff. But also I'm wanting to put lift kit on it and bigger wheels and tires, body lift. I still need to get the winch mount the winch. Just sorry, I just got from the gym and now I'm crawling around on the ground. I'm winded. Just a bunch of little crap, but man, it looks nice. It sounds nice. It runs and drives pretty all right. Again, it's not tuned, so I'm not getting the performance I think I should be getting, but and it was fun finding little solutions. So like going to my hydraulic clutch kit that I got. Instead of the fork and throwout bearing, it's all throwout bearing and hydraulic cylinders, all one nice compact thing. So it had these braided hoses. I couldn't find a good adapter, or no, I did find an adapter for the stock master cylinder for the clutch, but the stock one is actually too small, so I had to find a 3/4 inch diameter bore with, like, I think 1.5 inch stroke clutch master cylinder. Couldn't find one specifically for this truck, but I found this that had the same hookup for the pedal and same hookup for the hose. This is off of a Ford, or it's meant for a Ford something. I just had to put a new mounting hole in the firewall there, which, you know, whatever, but it's nice and solid and it works perfectly fine. So that was a fun little solution to deal with. And this is weird. The clutch was going, it was acting like it was losing its bleed, but then it stopped acting like it was losing its bleed. So I don't know if I had a leak somewhere that sealed up. Maybe an O-ring was getting pinched or something down on the actual cylinder. I don't know. But just interesting shit. I still need to go and bleed my brake fluid because this brake fluid is disgusting. But part of why I'm procrastinating on that is because I want to do rear disc brake conversion. Like, this truck is never going to be done. I spent like probably 4 hours on LMC truck and finding all the cool shit to make for the interior of these trucks. And so now I just got another list that wants like $5,000 of my money. That's going to be eventually, maybe, probably. So yeah, there's the shit from LMC truck. There's Cunningham Machine. I want to get their steering shaft. I want to get their tie rod ends. Like I said, lift kit, all that. I want to get better headlights. Button up all the wiring. I want to do like actual sealed wire harness connectors, not this janky shit. Discovered last Saturday as well. Probably need to do all new AC again, because no matter what I did, this compressor, which is a R134 compressor, even with just a pound of charge, when all the spec I could find was reading that it needs like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, even with a single pound of R134 in this thing, it tries to push 500 psi and blows out the safety valve on the back. So I don't know if it's the compressor. I don't know if something is restricted in the condenser or the receiver dryer or in a hose somewhere, because it's also sat open for the 3 years I had it torn apart. Roughly, I was trying to keep it sealed, but then obviously I had the whole front end off, so the system was open. So I don't know where it's restricted at or what's wrong. So more than likely, I'm going to take all of the stuff from the firewall up for the AC off, do my best to make sure that my evaporator core isn't plugged up, and then just replace it all again, because I replaced it a while ago, probably about a year before I tore it all apart, because the old system on there blew up one day. The compressor shelled out, which is an R134 system, so I replaced it with all R134 shit. And I haven't gotten any of this to work since. Even when I first tried to charge it up, like that same week that I put the new compressor in, it still was making crazy pressure. So it might have just been a bad compressor or something from it's all Rock Auto parts, so maybe we won't do Rock Auto AC parts this time. But yeah, I don't know what else to cover. We got nice battery cables. The fuse block is pretty okay. Headman headers to clear the 4x4, because the headers I had on the motor when it was on the test stand were just some generic long tubes. I had to spend a couple hours online finding Headman headers that said they fit this truck with this motor with 4-wheel drive, and it clears by like 1/4 inch in some places. I don't know if that's because of just how they had to do it for the fit, or if it's because I have 350 motor mounts with DIY motor mount bolts, which might be another thing I need to look into, is maybe proper motor mounts. Maybe, hell, what if that's my tapping noise? Maybe it's just rocking and something's fucking touching. I don't know. I haven't hunted it down yet, but it runs, it drives, it's pretty nice. It will peel a tire. I say a tire because I don't got a locking diff. Another thing on the list of things to do. Also, do you guys like my little studio lighting that I got? Just big old string light. I think it turned out pretty alright. Can see everything nice and good. So yeah, I'll fire it up and we'll do a little walk around for the noise, or how it sounds real quick. All right, before the walk around, I noticed that this was all bulged out like it got smacked or something. That's not the tapping noise. That hitting the hood is not the tapping noise, because it'll make it with the hood open. Just in case anyone else noticed that. That's not it. All right, I forgot my keys are inside. I gotta go get those. But another thing that I was doing last Saturday, for a while there, I was having to jump my oil pressure sensor wires over here to get the fuel pump to stay on, because I'm using the stock intake fuel pump up to regulator to the car, blah, blah, blah. And it was weird. It worked for like a week. And then it stopped working. Like, it died on me in the middle of a road on some errands I was running. So jumped the oil pressure gauge or sensor to get it running. So I thought I had a bad sensor, replaced that, and still nothing worked. Or the fuel pump wasn't staying on with the ignition. So I did some digging, and the ECM was no longer grounding out my fuel pump relay. I could not figure out why it would suddenly stop, other than everything else saying that stock, it's looking for an RPM signal from the ignition module. Obviously, I don't got an ignition module no more. So couldn't figure out how to trick the ECM, so we just found another ignition on power and jumped to the appropriate terminal on the fuel pump relay. Now we're all good. So again, just fun little shit that comes with trying to do shit right, but also trying to do shit fast. You know, the 3 fast, cheap, whatever model. Yeah, consequences of that. All right, here's a view from inside the truck. Got a mechanical temperature gauge, because I couldn't get the stock one to work. Again, weird shit that I just haven't figured out yet with the wiring. Not the coldest start. And it's not warmed up. You can kind of hear that it's not tuned right. And then hopefully the alternator is not too loud on camera. But yeah, you can really hear the bad tune cold on this end. It sounds a lot better once it's fully up to temp, obviously. But I mean, I like it. It's good enough for now. We'll figure out all the little shit eventually. I mean, the auto response seems pretty damn good, so at least we got that. Yep. There's that tapping. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but there's a little bit of tap. It starts out pretty subtle, and sometimes it'll get pretty loud. It's a weird tap that comes and goes, and sometimes goes faster, sometimes goes slower. I don't know if it's with engine speed or transmission speed, but there's just a little tap that has me a little concerned, but I can't figure it out. At least I haven't yet. I think I turned that off before I got a noise complaint, or the neighbors thought I was trying to myself in here, but oh fuck, I can't include that in the video. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.